Follow the money.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Thanks for checking out the show today, watching on YouTube TV, listening on Sirius XM channel 158, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, or any of our great affiliates. In 15 minutes, I will give you a sneaky three-point prop that I like tonight in the NBA that pays around 2-1. Mike Palm in studio in 30 minutes, and we kick off the hour here on a Wednesday with Vito's son, the great Sal Paolantonio, on the Progressive Guest Line. Hey, Sal Pal, thanks for the time. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. You know, and this is such a great weekend. There's so much on the line this weekend. I've named this weekend the Gotta Have It weekend. There's so many Gotta Have It games, so many teams that gotta have a win this weekend.
What happens to the Chiefs moving forward if they don't have it on Sunday?
Yeah, they're DIW, as we like to say in the United States Navy, dead in the water. This is absolutely number one, got to have it weekend for the Kansas City Chiefs. And I think the Chiefs will win. I think the Chiefs will beat the Colts, and I think the Chiefs will beat the Colts, and I think they will beat the Colts by enough of a number in this football game. I do.
Okay.
I like the Chiefs a lot.
All right.
Yes.
Incredible job by this Philly defense. What they did Monday night against Green Bay and how they shut down Detroit on Sunday night. Only a 3-point favorite, and Dallas has to have it. The total has dropped 4 points as well because in lieu of what's going on offensively with the Eagles. What do you think Sunday afternoon?
Yeah. So the Eagles always play well in Dallas. Jalen Hurts always plays well in Dallas. And I think the Eagles defense sets up nicely in matchup against the Cowboys. So you're going to see a lot of Quinyon Mitchell on George Pickens. And Mitchell has fast become one of the best players, not only at the cornerback position, but in the whole league. And their ability to rush up the middle, you know, they have 12 batted passes, 12 batted balls. That leads the NFL, 9 by Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter alone. The Eagles are only giving up a 57% completion percentage on defense. That's number one in the National Football League, and they're number one in the National Football League in only 9 touchdown passes given up. This pass defense is locked down perfect. It's a perfect matchup. They will probably, they'll probably swap out. So you'll see Quinyon Mitchell travel a little bit with Pickens, but they might bracket Pickens. And by the way, I love Pickens. Pickens is a tremendous athlete, and he's perfect for this offense. I like Pickens a lot. I think he gets some numbers this weekend, even against this Philly defense. But I think the Eagles will win, and they will cover.
All right.
Okay. Well, break that down a little bit for us because I want to spend a little bit of time here on Quinyon Mitchell. Next Gen Stats, Sal Pal pointed out after the game on Sunday night against the Lions, he did not allow a reception on any of his 6 targets, tied for the most targets without allowing a reception in a game over the last 2 years. Get this, he has allowed a 41.9% completion percentage this season. That's the lowest by any player since 2018. So how do the Cowboys attack him?
Well, Pickens is good. Pickens has long arms and long legs, and he's very fluid in his motion. He's very good at the point of attack when the football is in the air. He's taller than Quinyon Mitchell. I think this is going to be an interesting matchup with Mitchell and Pickens, and I think Pickens he's going to get his numbers. And if you look at the way teams have attacked the Eagles, and you look at Amon-Ra St. Brown with Detroit, and last week you look at Jameson Williams, they were very good pre-snap motion with both of those wide receivers releasing in the slot, hiding them pre-snap, and then a quick crossing route over the middle to get them open with their speed and length. And I think you'll see a lot of that attempted by the Cowboys and Brian Schottenheimer in this football game. You know, football's such a game of matchups. And that's why I'm the host of the matchup show for 23 years. It's such a game of matchups because you see Detroit. They drop a 44 number on Washington, and then they can hardly score against Philadelphia. It's such a matchup game. So when you look at Dallas drops a number on Las Vegas, but now they're up in weight class, two weight classes. They went from featherweight to heavyweight in 1 week and on a short week. So I like the Eagles to win this game. I do.
All right. How about the Sunday night game? Tampa got to get people back. Tough stretch of games. Patriots, Bills, and now the Rams on the road. Rams didn't play well. Still won. A great job by their defense with the turnovers. Rams 6.5 Sunday night.
I remember last week I was on the show and I said, you got to watch Sam Darnold and those turnovers.
You did. You said it.
Yep.
Yes, number 1 in the league now. Yes.
I said, you got to watch the Seahawks and Sam Darnold and those turnovers. And the Seahawks, 4 interceptions by Sam Darnold, and they were in the game. They were 10 feet away on a field goal from tying it up and winning the game.
Mm-hmm.
So, I am a little skeptical of L.A. still because of that. And Mike McDonald plays the same kind of defense that Todd Bowles plays, where you see a lot of blitzing from the defensive back position, which caught Matthew Stafford off guard. And I think Bowles does a lot of the same stuff when you look at the matchup of their defense. Bucks have absolutely got to have this game. This is the one I look at and I say, Bucks are got to have it. And so I like the Bucks a lot in this game with getting almost a touchdown, right? 6.5.
That's right.
6.5, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you like them to cover or you like them to win?
I don't know about win, gentlemen. Hard to win on the road in L.A. with all that offense of the Los Angeles Rams. Hard to win on the road in L.A.
All right, well, Matthew Stafford's the new short shot to win the MVP. The way it's going, right? He's got to be the guy, right?
No, I don't. Well, see, I've always told you that the voters, who I know, having been in the media for 40 years, 4-0. So I have a little experience being around my brethren in the media. They definitely like the quarterback position because he touches the ball every single time. So there's a bias there. But I'm going to give you a number, and I'm going to start promoting this on radio with you guys first.
Thank you.
On VSiN. I'm going to start doing it on a matchup show. I'm going to start doing it all over the place. Jonathan Taylor, 31.5% of the time that he touches the football, it's either a first down or a touchdown. 31.5%. That's nearly 33%. That's nearly 1/3 of the time that young man touches the football, and he either scores a touchdown, takes it to the house, or a first down. Far and away the most of any player in the league. So that's the dictionary definition of an MVP, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's good. Interesting. Incredible stat as well. So spread that. He's 8-1 MVP. How about Monday night? You think Carolina's good? They've been underdog in every game but one. Catching 7 against San Francisco. Purdy was excellent last week.
And that's a big number, 7, right?
Yeah.
In San Francisco. The games in San Francisco, the Niners get their stride with Purdy back. 7's a big number. Don't trust the Panthers on the road. Just don't. Just don't trust them. I think the biggest game for any team on the road is tomorrow night.
Yeah.
The Bills at the Texans. That's an absolutely gotta-have-it game for the Buffalo Bills. You talk about gotta-have-it weekend, Week 12. Starts tomorrow night, gentlemen. The Bills at the Texans. Now, Stroud is not playing in the game. He's out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to go in there. You got to take care of business if you're the Buffalo Bills. That's an absolute gotta-have-it. Walk it down the line. Gotta have it. Lions, no question, coming off such a bad game. You're at home. Gotta have it. Ravens, you're at home. Gotta have it. Packers, you're at home. Gotta have it. Chiefs, you're at home. Gotta have it. Bears, you're at home. You got to have that game against the Steelers. I mean, there's no room for mistakes at all in the NFC. You got 9 teams with 6 wins or more. When was the last time going into Week 12 you had 9 teams in one conference with 6 wins or more?
Well, it's a great question. Completely loaded. By the way, do the Bears get it? Like, which quarterback are they going to face on Sunday?
Yeah, that's a good question. So it's his left wrist.
Mm-hmm.
When I heard that, and I know Aaron Rodgers, and I know the Steelers. I mean, it's the left wrist. If he can play, he's going to play. And they'll know more on Friday, right? They'll take it easy with him because he doesn't really have to do much in practice. But on Friday, we'll see.
It's a gotta-have-it weekend. What do we have to have? What do we have to start the day with Thursday with Thanksgiving? What's going on at your house?
So, we always do a little bit of early prosciutto and we get the platter out, little shrimp, cold cuts, get ourselves ready for the touch football game out in the backyard. That's the start. That's it. Then we put on the early game and we watch a little of the early game. We'll tape it. We'll go back and forth. We'll look at it. And then you come in the house and there's a plate of lasagna waiting. That's
great.
it.
Yeah.
You gotta have that plate of lasagna first before you get the turkey out. And then after you get the turkey, you got a whole table full of desserts. You got pies, you got cupcakes, you got cookies, and you got a whole tray of different cannolis.
It's the best day of the year. No, I'm so hungry right now listening to that.
Yeah.
By the way,
Professional.
Hey,
Total pro.
Hey, Sal, you, from what I understand now, you got to have the touch football game this year.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But, here's the deal. At pushing 70, right? I'll be 70 in June. Pushing 70, I'm the automatic quarterback. So, I distribute the football. What I do is I make sure that my 11-year-old 12, going on 12, granddaughter gets a lot of touches.
Yeah.
She's going to get a Jonathan Taylor level of touches.
There you go. Smart man.
Yeah.
You make it rain out there. Sal Pell, you're the best. Have a good weekend. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, guys. Thank you.
Yep. Cheesesteaks and football. That's what Pennsylvania's all about.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
The Maestro, Mike Palm, on the program coming up in 15 minutes. We are live in downtown Las Vegas, Circa Resort and Casino. Fun games tonight in the association. Rockets Cavaliers, Pauly, is a great game to have on TV tonight. I'm a little bit surprised at the total. I think this thing could touch 240, no problem, between these two teams. Houston 5-1. ATS on the road in the first quarter. Cleveland 1-7 at home. ATS in the first half. To me, this game is all about pace and offensive efficiency and sharing the basketball. Donovan Mitchell has had a lot on his plate this year, and he's been going off here recently. My guy, Reed Shepherd, I was looking at playing his prop tonight over. I wanted plus money on over 2.5 made threes. He cleared 3+ threes in 4 straight. Before Sunday's game against Orlando, he had 2 at halftime, never took another attempt from downtown, but I still played it minus 105 tonight, over 2.5 threes for each.
Okay. I like the Rockets, and I don't mind Rockets first half as Cleveland on a 1-7 ATS run at home in the first half. Good numbers from Kevin Rogers. Houston, they've won 9 of 10. They have the number 1 offense in the league.
They're scary.
I didn't see that one coming. And the other thing, too, we've touched on this several times since the start of the season. They are big. They play a ton of guys. They have a ton of size. They are number 1 in offensive rebounding rate. They get offensive boards on 2 out of every 5 misses, what they're doing. So Portland's got an incredible number at 35%. These guys are number 1 at 40 with their offensive rebounding rate.
Well, when I watched them to begin the season, I said, that's not a good game plan. They had too many big guys on the court at the same time. But so far, Udoka's found a pretty good way to make it work and make it mesh so far between those two teams.
Yeah, I was blown away that how well they are. How efficient they are on offense.
Oh, they're awesome.
1. So, still, Cavs going through the motions. They've had some guys out, and it's not like it's a total disaster, but a bit of a surprise that you see them 10-5 after the regular season they had last year.
Good game tonight.
Yeah, so here's a surprise. If you go, Raptors.
Sure.
Look at this story. 9-5 this year.
On top of their division, Pauly.
Yeah.
Playing really good defense. Multiple guys that can gut you, too. But so they're taking on the 76ers, and Toronto's a 2-point favorite on the road.
Wow.
The guy that you want, now the numbers have ballooned up so much because when Embiid does not play, Andre Drummond, he clears the glass like a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Now his prop tonight's all the way at 13.5. His
number.
double number is now a $1.60.
Man, it's a big number. Yeah, I know. This one's tough.
But I did not bet it yet. I did look at playing over 24.5 points and rebounds for him.
Okay.
Because he might have 18 rebounds to go along with 10 points, and we're good to go.
The Opta AI numbers like him over his points in this one.
Okay. The Raptors I always look at 76ers players like Tyrese Maxey, Quentin Grimes, just to see what the numbers are for made threes. The Raptors are the best three-point defensive team in the entire league. And I don't like the numbers anyway tonight for Philadelphia, so I'm not on them. Mm-hmm. Warriors on a back-to-back after losing last night in Orlando. Curry went off, got dinged up.
Yeah, he's out.
Yep.
You know how Kerr treats back-to-backs. Plus, Kerr just had the comment about the schedule, that there's no time to practice. You know, it's game, it's travel. Also, he's talked about this with his staff with the back-to-backs and how it leads to more injuries. There are 15 All-Stars that are hurt already from last year. We're down 15 All-Stars. Mm-hmm. I've never seen so many calf strains. But Kerr made a great point about the game's never been played this way before. Everyone's going pace. Everyone's shooting bomb threes. You got to cover so much ground and so much space at that pace. The wear and tear on the body. What I'm getting at is I think the Heat will take out a Golden State team that sits everybody on the back-to-back, and how Golden State monitors and how they look at their guys' health. And the Heat have been so good. Number one with pace in the league. And I think Powell bounces back after going under his last game. He's 9-2 over his points prop this year. He's been awesome for the Heat.
Yep. I saw a stat this week, trying to find it right now, but how many teams are playing at over 100 possessions per game? It's more than 20. If you go back only a couple of years ago, like a handful of years ago, the number was 5 in the league.
Oh.
So that is quadrupled now in only like a very short amount of time. That's how fast they're going. And now people are saying, well, you're still playing all these back-to-backs, and guys are going faster than ever, and they're more athletic than ever. And
he had a good point. I don't remember this. He said when he played with the Bulls and back in the day, you'd have the back-to-backs, but then you'd get like 4 days off. And stretches like that, we could actually practice.
Well, that
and
makes...
you would be in one spot for a given time. I'm sure he's right. He played. But that's kind of stuff they need, too. But Kerr's also a guy saying, let's go down to 72 games.
Sure.
We don't need 82.
I don't think they do at all. Right. And that's a great point, because if you look at not only the back-to-backs, but also like the 3 games in 4 nights, and then they'll have a day off, and then they'll play another. It's crazy how many games. And that's, by the way, probably a lot to do with the Cup. Because he's got to get that put in right in middle of the season. All right. So, by the way, that number was 6.5 this morning. It's now 10.5 on the Heat. So, do the Nuggets get revenge here against the Pelicans? I say, well, not revenge, but are they pissed off because they blew that game against the Bulls the other night, and they lost to the 13.5-point favorite? They have mauled this team here in recent spots, and the Pelicans are getting blasted in every game by almost 16 points per game.
Yeah,
that's what they're losing by on average.
Yep.
First quarter, Denver, they've been elite covering the first quarter number the entire year. They're 10-3, and the Pelicans are 1-6 at home ATS in the first quarter.
They should name their score after what happened against Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And how good they are offensively and the numbers Joker's putting up. You get whatever they want against this bad team and bad defense. And those first quarter numbers make sense. Denver first quarter and fade New Orleans, who've been so bad in the first quarter.
All right, so I'll give you a couple of props that I'm looking at tonight. Bulls are playing at the Blazers, back-to-back here for Portland. They lost to the Suns, got them by 17 last night. Phoenix, man, good story to begin this year.
Yeah.
But the Bulls are laying 3.5 total, 243.5 in this game now. The Bulls are 9-1 over last 10 in the first half. So Josh Giddey's points, rebounds, and assist prop. When I bet it this morning, 37.5. I haven't checked recently, but if it's like 38.5, I'm still good with that. He had 41 combined on Monday against Denver. He's averaging 43.7 PRA in November and 41.5 on the year. 41.5 on the year. Points, rebounds, and assists. Day in between, super high total like this. Please and thank you. I had to go over 37.5, and it was minus 110 when I bet it.
Okay.
And the other one, it's a 3-point prop, and it's in this Hornets-Pacers matchup tonight. Indiana has 1 win.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
Bad, man.
All right, so teams shoot 41+% from downtown against Charlotte so far in the year. That is easily the highest mark in the entire league. Benedict Mathurin has only played in 3 games this year. He came back on Monday against Detroit. He hit 3 threes on 9 attempts in that game. He was 2 for 2 in the other game. I think he left that game early, like a month ago or 3 weeks ago. The first game of the year, he was 3 of 8 against Oklahoma City. So he's going to take, in 2 of the games he played this year, he took 8 and 9 3-point attempts. He's shooting it at a nice clip overall, percentage-wise. Over 2.5 made threes is 2-1 because his prop is 1.5, like minus 160. I didn't even bet that. I'm just give me the 2.5 on this, thinking that he's going to go out there and get his 7, 8, 9. We're hoping for attempts in this game from deep against the worst defensive 3-point team in the entire league. 2-1. Had to play that tonight on him.
Okay. I think you also have to take Charlotte. Have to. Indiana 1-13. And a 4-point move here on Charlotte. Ball back, ball 8-0 over his assist prop.
Yeah.
Check that out at vsin.com. And the OptAI numbers are strong on some guys tonight. Check that out as well. But I'm going to have to go against Indiana based on how bad they've been and the move on Charlotte.
I don't blame you. And by the way, Charlotte's 4-10. They're actually not a bad basketball team.
Yeah.
They could easily have more than 4 wins on the year, and they play in these up and down games that go to the moon.
Man, these point spreads tonight.
Oh, my God.
OKC's laying 18.5. Minnesota's laying 17.5.
You can't even do like a money line parlay. You're not going to get it down there to where it makes any sense.
Yeah.
So who's
Pacers 1-13, Wizards 1-12, Nets 2-12. But we do have this though, and I know we've mentioned this many times, but how bad the East has been for years, at least the bottom of it as well. Can the Bucks survive this without Freak, who's hurt? They are even though they're 8-7, they're out of the playoffs. I'm not even talking. They're not even in the play-in.
Yeah, I think it's 11 teams right now in the East are over 500.
You believe that? Yes. They are 8-7, but they have the 11th best record.
Oof.
So there's a lot of surprises. Toronto, what they're doing. Philly holding it down. What the Heat have done. Definitely the Bulls. Orlando, a disappointment, only 8-7. Celtics 8-7. And then you look at the West, which has been so good in the depth and projections, and Clippers, disaster. Memphis, disaster. Dallas, disaster. Sacramento, tire fire. Jazz are the 10th seed. They're 5-9.
Yep. San Antonio, no Wemby for a while.
Right.
Right. You're exactly right. The teams to get in to like the play-in in the West right now, like if the season ended today, it'd be like, oh my God, these teams stink.
Yeah.
And then as a result, it would be like the 7. And what would Oklahoma City be laying in a 7-game series against the 8 seed right now?
Yep. Check it out. The OptAI numbers, VSiN Pro subscribers. Get it powered by OptAI, the trusted data source behind elite soccer analytics in the UK, NFL, NBA. Access it all. The VSiN Pro subscription, vsin.com/subscribe.
Mike Palm next. By the way, he's been killing it on recent appearances with his hockey bets. We'll find out what he likes tonight next.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Love Wednesdays. Big fan of this hour. Sal Paolantonio to kick it off every single week. And now it's Wednesdays with the Maestro. Mike Palm is the VP of Circa Las Vegas, the Golden Gate, and the D. Hey, pal, how are you?
How are you, Mitch? How are you, Paul? Good to be with you. Neon City Festival weekend.
Yeah.
And also, there's some sort of race down on the Strip.
Okay.
Oh, don't get me started.
Are you a fan of F1?
Well, I'm not. I'll all disclosure here. I don't bet it. I'm not a big fan of auto racing to begin with. I watch NASCAR more than F1.
So I saw Bill Krakenberger, who goes on with Gil, has been going on with Gil every Thursday for forever, right here in VSiN, right? I saw his tweet last night. There is a 7-star customer at one of the casinos in town. He reached out about a room for this weekend, right?
Uh-huh.
And they said the price on the screen grab that Bill shared, one room was $5,100, and the other room was like more than $7,000.
Well, they must have been suites.
And Bill's response is like, he's a 7-star customer. You just tell him that you're booked. Don't insult the guy by saying that a room's going to cost you more than $7,000. Is that fair?
I think Bill's point is very fair.
It is very fair. Okay.
Then to tell a customer you're going to have to pay this when you lose this, right?
Right.
Well,
Just say there's no room at the inn.
it's you chose to go that angle, and that's fine. But the other angle is what it's done to the city. And I was down on the Strip last week, and you can't take a right on this is inside baseball, but you could let me just say it this way: so many lanes are shut down, and you can't drive down there.
It's for months. It's not
ridiculous.
just this weekend.
Well,
They start doing this in the summer to get ready, and they get to go over Koval with Flamingo, and these businesses get shut down for 12 weeks because they don't have no more traffic to them. But we've probably litigated that issue.
Will you guys have a good handle on the race?
I don't know what's good.
I mean, will
Yeah,
it's not going to compare to like a college football
maybe
game.
Maybe a
Maybe
MAC.
like tonight,
maybe
MAC game. That's it.
Maybe tonight. A little more than a Conference USA game, not as much as a MAC.
Well, I know this.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Weekdays. Conference USA
it's just-
weekdays.
I know people coming to town for it. They've been here every single year
that's
for it, and
true.
they love it.
Yeah,
they love going to it. So, look, I teased this before you came on. Kind of under the radar here, but you leave us with like a great nugget in the NHL or a couple of things to look at, like on that given Wednesday night.
Yeah.
You've been smoking hot going back here. What are you looking at?
We've done okay. I'm looking at the Anaheim game tonight, but we don't know who's in net yet for Boston because Swayman played the other night. If Swayman's in net, I'd like to play this first period under, and I don't mind under 6.5. Right now, you can get it around plus 125, under 1.5. If it's not Swayman, I'm probably going to pass on the game. The Ducks' scoring has come down a little bit. Here's what I will say, though, Mitch, is the speed of these young teams. You're starting to see it now. The Blackhawks, Utah. How about San Jose?
San Jose with
How
that
about
kid?
that turnaround? San Jose with Calabrini. These young, fast teams. Colorado is just a fast team. I mean, they've lost. But these teams with Montreal, you got to watch this because these older teams, these were the Rangers and the Torontos and the Minnesotas. I don't know how they can compete with these teams with so much speed.
Well, Bedard did it again last night.
Yeah.
Had a hat trick.
Hat trick. That game was 2-2 going to the third.
That's right. How long before he is in like serious consideration to win the Hart?
I think there's a long way to go.
Are we talking 2 years?
He's a one-way player, though, to me.
Yeah.
To me, and that people in Chicago look at me like I have three heads when I say this. To me, Calabrini jumps off the screen when I'm watching Sharks games in a way that Bedard does not.
Oh, okay.
When I watch Blackhawks. I'm going to tell you something, though. The Blackhawks are interesting because of Spencer Knight. Spencer Knight is very good. That was a great acquisition, getting him in that role he had served, being Bobrovsky's backup in Florida, to be the number one guy. Now, they won last night with Soderblom, so that's like found points. I always say when you can win with Soderblom. But Spencer Knight will keep them in most games. Another angle I'll give you, just going forward, after Florida and Tampa Bay play each other, especially if one's on back-to-back, fade that team. These are wars, right? These two just hate each other.
Good angle.
Cooper and Maurice hate each other. So I think you can fade both teams off their next game. Although Tampa lost at home, right? But Florida won their next game. But you would have got a dog with Vancouver going there to play them then on Sunday there. So I think that's another angle to look at.
Maybe sometimes it's not meant to be. Did you see what happened to Luosterainen with Florida? He had a barbecue mishap. He's out.
No, I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
What about Hughes? I mean,
What is going on here?
these injuries are starting to mount up for some of these teams as well. Not just accidents, but injuries are starting to mount.
Did they go into detail about the barbecue mishap?
He must have burned himself because Maurice said something about when he can put the gear back on without the pain.
Oh, that's no good.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like Hetfield in Montreal
Jeez.
when he walked into the flames at a Metallica concert. Who knows? Brutal. What's going on? Is Toronto going to make the playoffs?
I don't know.
This is not good.
I don't know if Berube's going to make it to the end of the year.
Oh no.
They play no defense.
Yeah.
Every game is like a spring training game for them. It's like preseason, though. There's just no defense on that team when you watch them play. They don't hit anybody. And I think they've tuned Berube out, and they don't like Stolars. I bet Stolars to win Vezina. They don't like the guy.
That's weird.
You can see that the team in front of him doesn't like him.
Yep.
So there's big problems there. There's big problems in St. Louis, too, Paul. That's a bad team.
Yeah.
And Bennington's bad. And yet he'll start.
Well,
And yet he'll start for Team Canada.
they got hot last year and almost took out
They
Winnipeg.
won 13 in a row, but they won 13 in a row to make the playoffs.
I know.
They went in as the two wild card, and they had to win 13 games in a row at the end of the year.
That's right.
They weren't good either last year.
Do you have an update on a possible chop here for Circa Grandissimo, the $100,000 buy-in?
I do not.
It's not going to happen?
No
Just-
profanity updates, no anything.
Nothing?
I don't know. I
No-
don't have any updates.
No text
no
messages
insight.
with...
no.
Okay.
I don't get this because you have a poker background. David Baker's on the show tomorrow. Poker players love to chop.
Love it.
Then why are this group with poker players are so anti?
Because there's too many in the group.
One of them is yes. One of them, right? Yes.
Yeah, there's too many in that group. If you got 10 guys in the group, you're not interested in 1.1 million, are you?
They might not be. Evidently not.
Maybe not.
Right.
But even if you have dissent, you probably have it. Either one person controls the decision or everybody has a voice, right?
Yeah.
And if everybody has a voice, does it have to be unanimous or is it majority? I don't know. These things all got to be talked about. That's why survivor deals are complicated with partners.
Very much so.
Especially when it's
when
one
you're-
pick a week.
And then, but then on top of it, though, Derek told us yesterday, he thinks that there's one where a guy sold his share of it, and they still have like 8 or 9 guys involved.
So one person sold to a stranger, right?
Yeah.
And then the other 8 or 9. Yeah.
Right.
What's the ceiling for that contest, do you think? What's the, like, how do you think you guys could ever get to like 200 people in that thing?
Boy, why not?
I'm asking you. I don't know.
Why we couldn't do it in the next 2 years?
Could you? Okay.
Maybe it's next year. Nobody even knew what it was or what it was going to be this year.
Very
We got
true.
69.
The guy in Utah. That story's incredible.
Yeah.
If to the plane and flew down here, just heard about it. I don't know. I mean, you were one of the ones that first that said we'd get 20,000 in Survivor. Everybody laughed at Mitch Moss.
Oh, they did. Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
And now we're at 18-7.
we're getting close.
It'll be next year.
That'll pay touch 20 next year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it
I'm just
will.
because the $100,000 buy-in is just so different to this, but also to get 69 in year one, nobody guessed that many people.
I said 30. I thought, and I thought I could have been wildly high.
Yeah.
How many teams are going to be selected? What's the over-under? 13 last week.
Well, there's a lot of them that have 2 or 3 or 4. I mean, right? I don't know who people have left. I mean, you go through this list this week and you say, well, who has them left? Every team that's a big favorite, but you say, well, who has them left?
That's right.
It's not like there's some bad teams in great spots this week.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know that. I brought up
How
using.
about for you? You're still into the Westgate.
I'm in both. I mean,
But how many are left? 7, 5?
8.
Okay.
I don't like this week for a Westgate entry.
What are your options this
What's the
week?
problem?
I'm not obligated to talk about it at this point.
Well, you're
You
not
don't like
never
your option?
obligated, but allowed might be the better word.
Yeah, I'm not going to allow myself to talk about it at this point. Yeah.
Okay.
You don't
Yeah.
like your options?
I don't like our options.
You
Yeah.
don't like your options.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah, because we burned a couple of pretty good teams.
All right. Fair
on
enough.
that entry.
Fair enough.
But the Circa one, I brought this up. I think the Saints are going to be used by at least one person. Indiana Jet, who won this contest 2 years ago, tweeted the show, and he goes, I think the number of people who will be on the Saints this week will surprise you. How about that?
How things
Well, I
have
will be
changed.
surprised. Yes, I will
know.
be surprised.
Yeah.
In week 12,
If you haven't used the Bears yet, do you consider them this week?
Who's playing quarterback?
yeah.
This luck cannot continue. You can't force 3-4 turnovers every single game.
But somehow, after they screw up, they find a way back into it. That's the thing I do like about the team.
Yeah.
Like, they should have had that game put away.
I know.
Santos
I know.
misses a kick that would have
That's
put
right.
it. But
That's
yet they
right.
still came back. They give up a 15-point lead to Cincinnati. They still came. So they do fight through.
Yeah.
They do fight through adversity.
As the official horse racing partner of VSiN First Bet, built for bettors who demand more. It isn't about placing a bet. It's about helping bettors of all levels with handicapping tools that provide data-driven insights, help you make smarter bets. The in-app tools give you win, place, and show probabilities for each runner. You can quickly and easily identify good value plays and improve your ROI. Take advantage of limited time $250 sign-up offer and claim your bonus now. Code VSiN250. Get your money, $250. VSiN250 First Bet app or at firstbet.com.
Up next, Mike's going to explain how Angel Reese made it to the NBA. You cannot be serious on deck.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
We continue here with Mike Palm, VP of Circa Las Vegas. Time now for his weekly rant, and you cannot be serious.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious.
All right, let's start out with number 1. Angels in the front court. I don't know if you guys caught this. On Sunday, the Golden State Warriors were in New Orleans taking on the pathetic Pelicans. And at one point, Draymond Green walked off the court. This is after a foul was called on him, a shooting foul. Walked off the court, in fact, 12 feet into the crowd to confront a fan. The fan's name, Sam Green. Well, what did the fan do to draw the ire of well-behaved Draymond Green? He kept calling him Angel Reese. And here's why. There was one possession where Draymond Green missed four consecutive shots and got 4 consecutive offensive rebounds. So the fan now, every time down the court's calling him Angel. Angel Reese. But here's what I think. I think Draymond misunderstood what the point of what he was saying, who he was. A bad shooter and a cheap rebounder, right?
Right.
But here's the Draymond Green comments are incredible.
I saw him.
By the way, not official, but sources say the league contacted him to warn him about the next time he walks off the court to confront a fan, he'll be suspended. Okay, here's what Draymond Green said about Sam Green. He kept calling me a woman. At first, it was a good joke, but you can't keep calling me a woman. I got 4 kids and 1 on the way. Just don't be disrespectful. I think he's missing the point.
He is.
He's not saying you're a woman. He's saying you're a bad shooter and a cheap rebounder. Sam Green said, I never shouted profanity at him or threatened him in any way, and yet he walked 12 feet off the court to get right in my face and yell profanities and threaten me. Now, Draymond Green praised referee Courtney Kirkland, Courtney, who is a man, and said, Courtney pulled me back and said, quote, I got it. I heard him, referring to the fan, over and over and over again. Don't get yourself in no trouble. I'll take care of it. Don't get yourself in no trouble. Can you just hear Daryl Garrettson or Jake O'Donnell or Earl Strom saying, don't get yourself in no trouble? Draymond Green!
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be
Here's
serious.
something that I was sitting in my hotel room in Washington, D.C. watching the Monday Night Football. God, these games are late on the East Coast, aren't they? How did these people live like this?
No
You
kidding.
got to wait till 1 o'clock Sunday afternoon to get it. I don't know how people live. But so I thought this was a very subtle thing at the end of the first half. Where Pickens catches the ball, makes the 2 jukes, and scores the touchdown with 1:10 to go to put Dallas ahead 24-6 or 23-6 technically. But he gets a penalty for excessive celebration or whether the slithering he did at the Gold Coast, right? I found this mind-boggling. Pete Carroll accepts the penalty on the extra point. Instead of gaining 15 yards of field position on the kickoff with 1 minute to go in the half, a chance to score and get back in the game, he believes the 48-yarder will be too long for Brandon Aubrey. There's no way Aubrey is going to be able to kick an extra point. I would submit to you that Aubrey's better from 48 than 33. His
I'll buy that.
statistics beyond 50, he's got a higher percentage than his extra points, Mitch. Go back and look at the last 3. He made it easier for Aubrey. Bozo the Carroll.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious.
And of course, Sunday was a big day up in Winnipeg, Paul, as you may know. It was Grey Cup. Grey Cup 116. And somebody texted me who was watching it, who's a big Canadian football fan, and said, boy, this cover band that they've got at halftime is incredible. He said, it's one of the best cover bands I've ever seen in my life. So now I got to flip it on, right? I got to see, who's this cover band? Is it Boyce Avenue? Who have they got up there? It was Machine Gun Kelly. Machine Gun Kelly did the halftime, and it was unbelievable. I went back and watched it after it was over because people posted it online. This was a tremendous halftime show. I will submit to you it will be better than the Super Bowl halftime show in Santa Clara. He did new stuff. He did do some covers. He did My Ex's Best Friend. It was very, very, very good. And I think that the NFL could take a page from the CFL here and just hire somebody that's going to give you a good show, not this overproduced stuff you get in the Super Bowl or this rascally rabbit that they're going to have coming up here next year. But just to put life in perspective, all right, this is my one observation for you cannot hear. And this has to do with Machine Gun Kelly. One day, Paul, you're drinking Megan Fox's blood, and the next day, you're being backed up by the Lady Rough Rider cheerleader. Machine Gun Kelly!
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious.
There you go.
Go back and watch that concert at halftime. It was really, really good.
You know what? I'm going to bookmark that. I'll do
Our
that.
Lady Peace. Now, I want to tell you something, Mitch.
I've heard of them.
Our Lady Peace performed the pregame show. They played here for our Victoria Day celebration in like 2016 out here on Fremont Street.
Is that right?
The last and final one, Our Lady Peace. I thought we played them in high school, but no, they were the great Canadian band.
As somebody who has lived in the city for a long time, how do you sum up watching the Las Vegas Raiders play football?
Really painful.
It's disgusting.
I think I came to this. They have the worst roster in the NFL.
You might be right.
I think the Titans have more talent on their roster than the Raiders do. Geno can't make 3 good plays in a row.
Yeah.
Let's just.
I don't know if you can make 3 for a full game.
But you can get 2 passes for first downs. The next one will be a disaster.
Yeah.
It will be a disaster somewhere amongst 3 plays. And I don't know what their options are. I mean, there's just nowhere to turn here.
And it's also bad for you that it's Cleveland this week and their fan base is defeated. And
Yeah,
what's going on?
if they were 500, you'd have a ton of people here, and it would be okay for us.
I know. Tony Rizzo's coming, but he's got all his friends coming.
Yeah.
But this is like, now you're throwing with. Did you see the prop on Sanders? He's 150 yards. He's like 6-1 to have 100 yards in each half. He's 4-1 to throw for 25 yards in each quarter. Come on.
That's ridiculous.
Yes.
Would you rather bet that, or would you rather bet him to have below 100 for the whole game?
That's hard to do. If they don't sack him, they're not covering. The premise of the whole Raiders defense is they got to get to the quarterback with the rush.
Yeah.
If they don't sack him, I saw a nice thing about his first action that said if he can learn to process quicker, he gets more athletic and grows 6 inches. There's potential. It was
Here's the
interesting.
thing. Now he's going to have a full week to go with the ones. But
How much will they rob out of his house this week while he's out of town?
Oh man, poor
This is
kid.
an epidemic with these athletes.
I know.
Happens all the time.
Yep.
Yep. Maybe with a full week under his belt, practicing to get ready. But how was he that ill prepared?
No reps.
Not 0.
I know. They did it to themselves. Listen, I know the owner made the draft pick, but you can't be stubborn. You have to say, hey, listen, the
They've been
guy's
very
on
stubborn.
the team.
They've been extremely stubborn here.
Yeah,
Gabriel
absolutely.
ain't the answer.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, after all that, they lose by 1 score to the Ravens.
Sure, of course. They were up.
Yes.
Mike, they led 16-10 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
It's right there for him.
Ravens helped them out, but yes, you're right. Nasty defense, defensive player of the year. You are right. There's props on that, too, now. Will he set the record?
Oh, have you seen that?
Yeah, he's on pace for 25 sacks.
It's crazy, man.
This is
What's the
nuts.
number on that?
I'll look at it during the break. I did see it, yes.
He has to get to, 23?
Yeah.
Set the all-time record?
Correct.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, boy. Are you here next week? You going to be on Wednesday before Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here the day before Thanksgiving.
Humans is not very happy because that college basketball, it's feast week next week. It's coming up on us, man. It's best week of the entire year. He has gone to Maui like every year forever to watch the Invitational.
Yeah, well, they travel everywhere now. Him and Tim Murray go all over the world for these college football
jet
games,
setters,
too.
yeah. But the Maui field this year is down big time because everybody's coming to Las Vegas because now they're paying all the teams to be involved.
Yeah.
You can't take away the Maui Invitational, can
Can't
you?
you?
Are they going to do that?
15 years ago, you told us you can't take away the Great Alaska Shootout.
I know. I'm still upset.
Right? I mean,
That's true.
Things change.
I'm
Mitch.
still upset about that, by the way.
Things change.
Yeah, the F1 comes here.
Yeah.
It does change. Now the whole city's upside down.
Well, but we do get really good basketball here.
Well, I mean, if you have time to go watch it next week, you're going to be in heaven. The teams are
absolutely.
loaded to the gills next week.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. They're gonna get like 16 of the top 30 teams every year to come in for these things because of the cash.
Now, could they do that and play it in Maui?
I don't think so. It's a made for Las Vegas event. That's I don't know. Let's trade off though, right? Your fan base. I think you make arguments. I'll tell you this. In 1999, I went on a vacation with my then girlfriend. We took 2 weeks. It was early November. Talk about time star. I couldn't get used to games starting at 8 a.m. in Hawaii. But we spent 11 days on the beach in Maui in a villa, and then flew to Vegas for 3 days before we went back home to Indiana. And to this day, I say, why did we come to Vegas for 3 days? It was heaven.
Oh, yeah.
It was absolute heaven, Maui.
Oh, yeah. It's impossible to go to the airport and leave and come back home when you're
that
there.
and my girlfriend blew $30,000 playing baccarat to 3 days. I knew when they sent us a bottle of Dom. I said, "How much did you really in the room? How much did you really? How much did you lose?"
And then it came.
I'm grinding out in a 30-60 Hold'em game, trying to grind out $1,500 over 40 hours, and she's
You buried the lead.
30K in the.
Come on, she's got to be the lead for You Cannot Be Serious next week.
Maybe that's a whole story. She hit a Neptune's Treasure for $8,000 when we walked in, waiting to check in. Went through that and 30.
All right, Mike.
She owed 30 when we left.